So guys, in today's video, I'm going to be doing a comparison between the iPhone 7 Plus and then also the LG V20. They're really different devices when you think about it. This runs iOS 10.1. This runs the latest version of Android 7.0. So what makes them so similar to compare? That would be the dual rear-facing cameras. So the iPhone 7 Plus has a normal, what they call a wide-angle lens, and then they have a telephoto lens. The LG V20 has a normal lens, and then they have a wide-angle lens, which this is the wide-angle lens. And you'll see in just a second when I do a comparison. So it's pretty cool that both devices, they both have two cameras, but they both use them in different ways. Also, the iPhone 7 Plus adds one extra feature. It uses both cameras together to create something called portrait mode, which basically what you do, you hold the camera a certain distance from a subject, you shoot it, and then it combines them together, does some software magic, and it makes the shot look like a DSLR. In my opinion, like at first glance, the pictures look really good, but if you do some studying on the object or the picture, you can see that it's not perfect. It's still in beta as of right now anyway, so just keep that in mind as well. Don't buy the iPhone 7 Plus just for the portrait mode. And for those worried about specs, the iPhone 7 Plus has a 12 megapixel camera, while the LG V20 shoots up to 16 megapixels. However, outside of the box, and what I shot in is 12 megapixels as well, just because it enables you to shoot in widescreen, which I really like if the option's available to me. And as far as front-facing cameras, the iPhone 7 Plus can shoot up to 7 megapixels, and the LG V20 can shoot up to 5. But that's all fine and dandy here in the specs, but let's definitely just compare them. I have my computer right there. I've already transferred a ton of photos to my computer. I'm going to compare them side by side so you guys can get my opinion. You can see too what the benefits and the differences are between the two cameras. Okay, so the first photo is shot by the iPhone 7 Plus. This is the normal, they call the wide angle view. Here's the telephoto view. You can see how far it goes in, and this is optically, keep in mind, so the quality does stay the same. And then here is the LG V20. This is the wide angle view. You can really see the difference. And then this is just the normal view. Okay, so here's the next one. This is just me holding like a device, kind of like if I was gonna look at it or like doing a product review or something. So this one was shot with the LG V20, obviously. I couldn't have shot it with the iPhone because I'm holding the iPhone. There's the normal view, and then there's the wide angle view. You can see my feet, you can see the grass way up there. You can just kind of see like the roundness to the shape of the image. And then here's the iPhone 7 Plus. This is the normal view, and then this is the very up close view. Obviously in this instance, you wouldn't want to zoom in if you're just wanting to take a picture of your camera or your phone. Okay, so here's a good example of when the LG V20 would really come in handy. So this is, I'm shooting from the sidewalk of a house. In this instance, you can't really stand back any farther, so if you're holding like the iPhone 7 Plus, you'd have to zoom out by walking in the road, which is kind of dangerous. So this is one instance where the wide angle lens works really well. This is just the normal lens, the normal picture. This is of the iPhone 7 Plus. And then this is the 2x zoom on the iPhone 7 Plus. Again, in this instance, it's kind of pointless. Just kind of showing you what the comparison is. Again, here's another great example. It's a picture of a kitchen being built. And this is the wide angle view of the LG V20. In some instances, you can't really step that far back, so this works really good here. Here's the normal view of the LG V20. And then here is the iPhone, the normal view, and the zoomed in view, which again in this situation isn't really warranted, but just showing you the quality. Okay, so here's a picture of a drone. This is the LG V20, the normal view, the wide view. And this is an instance where the iPhone 7 Plus, the zoomed telephoto lens actually is beneficial. So here's the iPhone 7 Plus, the normal view, and then there's the telephoto view. You can really see that it zooms in and you don't get any loss of quality. You can see all of the drone, it looks really good. It doesn't have that blurriness that you get when you zoom in digitally. And then here is actually where I zoomed in digitally. It still looks pretty good. Like this would definitely pass as a great photo you could share on social media and stuff like that. And then this is the picture that I was mentioning in my introduction. This is the portrait mode. So again, what it does, it combines both lenses, it takes a picture, and then with some software magic, it blurs it together. At first glance, it looks really good. But if you zoom in, oh my gosh, like the legs are so blurry. The propellers, it doesn't really know what to do with. I mean, it did an okay job, but the legs is where it did really bad at. So yeah. But I'll show you some better examples of where it does shine a little bit better. Here's another example of basically where the iPhone 7 Plus would shine. So this is the iPhone 7 Plus. This is the normal view. This is the 2x optical view. And this is where I zoomed in 10 times just to show you how far it can zoom in. I mean, obviously it looks like a picture of a UFO. The quality is that bad, but just showing you how far it can zoom in. And here is the LG V20. This is the wide angle view. I really like the color in the sky. The sky itself looks really good. The drone you can't really see. And then here's just the normal view, the normal angle. And here's an example where the iPhone 7 Plus did a little bit better in portrait mode. So here's just the normal shot at 2x. And this is the portrait view. So you can, at first glance, it looks really good. When you look around the butterfly up here, it looks a little funky. And just around the images, it's not very crisp. It's one of those things, if like you're scrolling through your phone or just showing someone on your phone, it looks good. But then if you put it on your computer, or make it bigger, that's where you can see the faults. Here's another example where the LG V20 is really good. So here is the normal view. There's the wide angle view, so you can see the stage and all the chairs. And the rounded nature of the wide angle lens kind of looks cool. It kind of complements the curves of the seating anyway. Here's the iPhone 7 Plus, another example where it excels. So we have a camel, and that 2x zoom lets us get in that much closer. There's always times when you're using a smartphone where you want to get in closer, but you don't want to use that digital zoom because you know it makes the picture that much worse. So this feature of the iPhone really comes in handy. So flowers and stuff, I think the portrait mode does a pretty good job at if there's not too much going on. So here's an orchid, and like at first glance it looks really good, but it's kind of jarring because it looks like all of the orchids, all the petals are just all in focus. And it doesn't really make sense to your eye. You know, if that makes any sense. It's like too sharp. It just looks fake. Here's another example. This is the normal mode of the orchid. And then here is portrait mode. So you can kind of see like the edges of the flowers are kind of out of focus for no reason. So there's all the images. So right after this, I'm going to be showing you some video that they both take with the front-facing cameras, the rear-facing cameras, and I'm just going to be also allowing you to listen to the audio of the cameras as well. So just keep in mind when I'm filming with each smartphone, it's the audio coming from the smartphone itself, so you can get a better idea of how they sound. So this is the front-facing video on the LG V20. As you can see, there's the quality. Here's the front-facing video quality of the iPhone 7 Plus, just so you can see it in different lights. And just so you guys can see, this is the wide angle mode with video. So if I have the sun on my face, there we go, that's the better angle right there. You can see so much of the picture I can pick up. It's pretty cool. And this is the regular view, so you see how much closer it is? Just kidding. This is the regular view, still a lot closer, but definitely not as wide as the wide angled view. So this is the rear facing camera of the iPhone 7 Plus in 1080p. Take a look. How do you like it? Should we record in the 2x zoom mode as well? Let's do it. So this is the rear-facing camera using the 2x zoom mode, so using the telephoto lens. Obviously, you really wouldn't want to vlog or film yourself with this mode, but just to show you the comparison. And there we go, guys. You've seen a ton of different examples between the LG V20 and the iPhone 7 Plus. So like I said throughout the video, the LG V20, the wide-angle mode is great for, you know, just wide-angle views, whether it's landscapes, people, crowds, events, stuff like that. And then the iPhone 7 Plus, that 2x optical zoom is great for just getting a little bit closer. whether it's, you're at the zoo, you're trying to take a picture of a creature, a bug, a flower, whatever. And then that portrait mode is pretty impressive, but it still needs some work. It doesn't look the best at times. And then always the age-old question is, what type of photo do you prefer? Both of these were shot in auto mode, so as you can see throughout the video, the iPhone produces more realistic photos. It almost looks kind of yellowish in comparison to the LG V20, but the LG V20, once you're used to the iPhone, everything looks kind of blue and a little bit oversaturated, but that's just the nature of the iPhone. The iPhone has always created realistic photos, where a lot of the Android devices create more cooler, more saturated photos as well. So it's just your preference. Both cameras are really good. Both cameras do different things. So it's personally up to you which one you like the best. I personally love the iPhone 7 Plus, that optical zoom. It helps in a lot of situations. But I love the wide angle view on the LG V20. In my day-to-day life, however, I feel like I would use the optical zoom on the iPhone 7 Plus more than the wide angle view on the LG V20. In the perfect world, they would create a camera that has 3 lenses, a wide angle, a telephoto, and just a normal shooting lens. Maybe the iPhone 8 Plus will have that, or the LG V30, who knows. Time will tell. Consumers will speak with their money, so we'll see. And that's all I gotta say about that, guys. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel for more tech videos. And let me know what you want to see again on the LG V20. I have it for another 2 weeks or so, so I'm up to doing any types of reviews. Just let me know what you want to see, what you want me to cover on it. I'll be glad to consider it and make a video. Have a great day, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.